Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Unexpected Entrepreneur Podcast. Today, we are back with one of our past clients, Isabel, and we are talking all about the experience with the new website that we created. So, before we jump in, do you want to tell everyone who you are, what you do, where you are, all of that great stuff?
Sure thing. Hi. I'm Isabel or Izzy. A lot of people call me Izzy, and I'm a photographer located in Ellicott City, Maryland. And I do all kinds of things from weddings, portraits to branding photos. Yeah, happy to talk to you again today.
Yeah, no, we're so excited. It's been a little bit since we launched everything, but it was so much fun working with you and like seeing all of your photos. And we work with a lot of like full wedding only photographers, so sometimes when we get to work with people who like do other things, it's so cool to see how everything comes together and like the different sides of the business and the different services you offer and like how the different things are photographed and look and come to life, but still represent each person, each business. So it's always so much fun to look at all this stuff. So before we kind of dive into your kind of whole experience, what prompted the decision to be like, okay, it's time. I'm ready to get a new website. This is something that needs to be done. What was going through your mind? What were there any challenges that you were having, or what kind of was the all right, it's time to go moment?
I've been a photographer for around 10 years, and I always had a DIY website. I never had a professionally done website or brand or anything. And I tend to reinvent myself every couple of months. So I was like, okay, I need to update my website. I need to change up things. And then I started and I was like, I don't want to do this again. I can't do this
Mhm.
again. And also I was never happy with it, like it served me for the time that I had it, but I was like, it's been 10 years and it's time for an upgrade and you need to have it done once professionally. So because a lot of times it wasn't just me reinventing myself, it was me fixing things because there was always
Mhm.
something not working. There was always something that didn't look right, and then I would check up a couple of weeks later and it wasn't working again. So I was just tired of having a not properly working website. And also I never had a cohesive brand. Like I would just pick colors randomly, change them all the time, the fonts, like everything was just all over the place. And I looked around at my peers in the area and I was like, oh my gosh, my website cannot compete with any of these people around here. Yeah, you need to, it's time. It's time.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of place that people get stuck in of like, I can do it and we'll go through it and it can't be that hard to pick colors. It can't be that hard to like put stuff together. But then like you said, you find things that are broken and not working and you're like constantly like it looks okay, but like it doesn't look as good as it could be or like as good as maybe other people who my potential clients might also be looking at because we have to think about like who else are they going to be pulling up? Who else are they going to be
Right.
looking at? What impression are they going to get for me versus other people that they could be working with? And I think that kind of like there's a time for DIY, and it's great when you're starting out to kind of get something there and figure out who you want to work with and what you want to kind of look like and the differentiating factor for you and your business. But then you get to that point where you're just like, it's not cutting it anymore, it's not cohesive. I'm always like tweaking little things, and then I go back and find something else that I want to change, but now that doesn't match with this. So now I got to go back and redo that. And it just
Exactly.
becomes this domino effect of never ending like frustration of trying to figure everything out. So I think that when we get to that moment of being like, okay, I need to get it done. I need someone else to take it off my plate who has a different
Exactly.
perspective of like what I'm looking at and can bring that kind of cohesive vision to everything that I'm trying to create. I think is a good kind of moment to step back and be like, okay, this
Absolutely.
is
I
this
felt
is
so
it.
good just like handing it off to someone else because it also takes time and you try to edit and like respond to your emails and manage all these things. And then it felt so good. I was so glad when I made the decision and I just had someone, just someone do everything.
Even because I feel like it's a thing where even if you're not actively working on it, if you have that like mental load of knowing that something needs to be changed and updated and fixed, and like I have all of these other things, but this is still something in the back of my mind that I'm constantly thinking about, like even if it's not taking up active time in your day, like today, you're still thinking about it. It's still in your mind. It's still, taking up
100%.
space. So having being like that space is gone, it's freed. I have someone else taking care of it and I can focus on all of these other things that like I can confidently do and like need me to show up in my business. That just like mental load can be a huge, huge weight off your back too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, thinking about the kind of before and after of the site that you had and the new site and everything that you have today, how's it kind of been going for you since it launched? What have you kind of seen? What have you kind of heard from other people that you know, your clients, anything like that?
Mostly, the biggest difference is that now I feel confident sending people to my website. Before, it was always people would ask me, "What's your website?" And I'm like, I'll give you my website, but I just never felt confident sending people there because I'm like, is it actually working? I'm not sure."
Yeah.
So now I know I have a properly working website. It looks beautiful. I'm happy to send people there. So that's been the biggest difference. There's still some SEO work that I need to do, and need to stay on top of blogging to like rank better in the organic search. But besides that, it's been going well, and I'm happy to show it off to people.
I feel like that's a huge thing of that confidence of not just being like I have a space where people can find me online, but like I have a space that I'm truly happy with and I feel good about other people seeing it and the like impression and experience that they're going to have on the site because even like you're saying like links being broken or things not working while it's not the end of the world, your website is part of the experience that someone is going to have with your business. And if we have a whole bunch of things that don't work, it then can maybe cause like, okay, well, what else might not go to plan throughout this whole process? It's not we're looking at like weddings. It's not a small thing to like have a someone photograph your wedding and like trust that they're going to capture all those moments
Exactly.
and those.
It's a big investment. So if you go to
Yeah.
someone's website and it's not working properly, and I noticed this looking for someone to design a website for me. Like when I went to someone's website and I'm like, I want to invest a lot of money in this, and then the website doesn't look that great, or like something's not working. It's like immediately done.
Mhm.
Move on to the next. So,
Exactly. Yeah. I think even looking at like the way that we interact with other businesses and other things online when we're looking at like how we want our clients to feel, like that same thing of like you're going to someone's website, if you're trusting them to design your website and their website doesn't work, how confident are you that your website is going to work? If you're trusting someone to,
exactly.
invest all like a maybe a big portion of your wedding budget into photography, but like you're not confident about what's going to happen or the experience or, who's actually going to be on the other side, that might be an immediate turnoff of like, I'm going to go somewhere where I get a really good first impression and I have that confidence right off the bat. That experience is built from the first time they see you, whether it's your social media, your website, in-person events, whatever it is. All of that is part of the user experience. And if we don't put the effort into it, we always like to say they're investing a lot of money in you. You at points have to invest money into your business to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. You're investing in yourself. You're showing that you care about this and you're a serious professional and like your clients are going to be taken care of with whatever you're doing with them.
Yeah, totally.
So throughout this process, was there any part of it that you really liked or any part of it that kind of surprised you that you weren't really expecting?
A part that I really liked was how easy you made it. So from the moment I reached out, it was like immediate response, good communication, and I liked how you walked me through the process step by step. And I knew exactly what to do and when to do it by, because I'm a scatterbrain, I forget things.
Mhm.
So I really appreciated how straightforward it was. It's like, now we need this from you and we need it by date so and so. And here's a reminder so you don't forget. And that was super helpful. So like you don't have to do everything at once, like get all your portfolio ready at the same time and your copy and this and that. Like I liked it was super structured and just super easy. And then what surprised me was how fast it was. Like it was such a straightforward, quick process. And I never had to follow up, when is this going to be done? Like I was always knew what to expect, and that was great.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest things because one, I think it helps us personally of like we know exactly when things are due, so like we don't forget and like we don't have things kind of up in the air. But having that very clear, like here's when we need things from you, here's when you're gonna get stuff from us. We know that obviously y'all are always busy and there's sometimes multiple different weddings or things that you're editing at the same time. You're going out and you're doing sessions. You're busy on the week. Like there's a lot of things that go into running your business. And while, outsourcing something like this is taking it off your plate, there's still some things that are involved in it. And we want to be very aware of that and aware of the time that you're like spending on outside things too. So we very much are like, let me see how straightforward we can be. We will make this as easy as possible so that everybody is always on the same page. You're not waiting. We've, heard all the horror stories of people being like, it was like 6 months in and I hadn't heard anything from anybody and I had no idea what was going on. And, that's not what we want to focus on. And that's not the kind of stress and pressure that we want to put on you because you've invested in this. You should feel confident in it and confident in what you're going to get out of it and the experience you're going to have. And so we're always happy when people are like, I love that. I love that it was structured. That's like something we've worked
Yeah,
on.
you
And
nailed it. It was
yeah, no, it is one of the things that we have probably spent the most time on trying to figure all of that out to make it as easy and painless as possible because we do know sometimes all of this is a big undertaking and it's not something that's, very taken lightheartedly and it's a big part of your business and it should have that kind of care and attention put behind it. So yeah, we're super excited that you love that. It was so much fun working on everything and being able to kind of create this and bring your vision to life and collaborate on all of this stuff. And I think your final website looks amazing and it's such
I
a
think so
great
too.
representation. So, we love being able to look back at it and go through and see it. So yeah, if anybody out there wants to maybe take a look at your website and see the new site, where can they find you online, website, social media, anything like that?
Yeah, my website is steadyandsway.com. And same as my Instagram handle, steady and sway, all one word. And that's where I spend most of my time is
Just like
on
everyone.
Instagram. You can always find me there,
Perfect.
unfortunately.
Well, I will put all of those links down in the description. Absolutely. Go check it out. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about all of this. It was so great to be able to talk through it with you and see where you are now after having the site up for a while. But yeah, thank you again so much, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Sure, yeah, my pleasure. It's nice talking to you too.